Hi everyone, it's Bob from Greybeard Models. Welcome back to the channel. Um, so you would have seen from the title that I'm going to build another old kit. And there's a, I'll give you an explanation. I mean, it's a bit of waffle, but bear with me. I really enjoyed the Churchill tank and the bridge layer kit from the Matchbox kit from years gone by. And I really enjoyed that. It was quite good fun. Um, and I was talking to Mark over at Mark from Montana. Uh, he's doing a group build on old Aurora kits. Now, Aurora kits over here are, they can be pricey. And apparently it can be pricey in the States as well. But Aurora were bought out by Monogram and Monogram by Rebel and blah, blah, blah. So you can still get Aurora kits, but they're reboxed. So I managed to get an Aurora kit, and if you've seen my video, you'll see I'm going to do a biplane, which is a whole different ballgame. So if you're interested in that, have a look at that. But this build, I had in the stash this kit. This is from a boxing from 2014 by Airfix, and the old build bus was something that I'd always wanted to build from way back when it came out. The old build bus was originally from a tooling from 1962, and this is a 1966 kit, basically, but it's obviously been reboxed. Made in India and China and stuff. But I wasn't really interested in that. I wanted to build the civilian bus. Now, it just so happened that this kit came out available on our favourite online auction site. This is the 1966 boxing of the 1962 tooling. So this meets all the criteria for Jason's group build. So I'm going to build this. I've always wanted to. The main problem with this is I've had a look at the decals. The decals are shockingly bad. Obviously, they're 1,000 years old. Well, not 1,000, but you know what I mean. 1962, 1966 boxing, 2014. Do the maths. Right? So I'm going to build that, mainly because I just fancy it. The interesting thing is, right, in this kit, the figures are moulded in one piece, which is really interesting because they've had a go at moulding figures in one piece, which, in this shockingly bad tooling, for some god awful reason, Airfix decided to split the figure moulds in half, and they're bad. Anyway, that's another story. In the meantime, enough of this waffle. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's get over the bench and we'll have a look at the bus. Okay, so there's the boxing. It's a nice old box. For an Airfix kit, Airfix 32 as they used to call it, made in England. So I've had a look in here already. All the parts are relatively loose. They used to come on these tree things. I've gone through the parts, they're all there. So I'm quite pleased with that. Nice little tag in there. If any parts are missing, you've got any issues, send this off to Haldane Place, London SW18. I used to live quite close to there. So Airfix was my local kit builder back in those days, or kit provider back in those days. The adverts for the bus are on paper. This looks like the original print, so that's going to be interesting. The only thing is the general bus company logos and stuff like that, which are on decals, are very, very yellow. I've actually taken those out of the box, and they're currently sitting on one of my windowsills getting some sunlight. I have heard that the sunlight will actually try and maybe take some of the sort of discoloration out of it. They can sit there until I'm ready to use them, which is going to be a while. But anyway, there you go. Old Airfix instructions is just one exploded diagram. Doesn't really tell you where the fitting points are, or where what goes with what, and all of that sort of thing. So it's a great build, but it's sort of it's different. The one thing that I do like about these old Airfix kits is it actually tells you in the build sequence here what the things are. So, for example, when it says part 32, it says locate and cement radiator front between bonnet sides. It tells you it's the radiator. Whereas kits nowadays seem to just have, that's part number so-and-so, that goes next to part number someone else, you know. I quite like the idea that in these old Airfix kits, if you look at the aircraft, it explains to you what you know, aircraft kits, it explains you what things are. You know, step 21, cement large fire extinguisher into holes on left side of body. You know, driver's platform, and that sort of thing. But yeah, as I was saying, when I went through these parts, digging the bits out as we go, the figures are actually a one-piece mould. So you've got Mary Poppins here with her hat on, and oh god, and she's, you know, it's moulded as one piece. So it's going to be relatively easy to sort of put in position. To come out. Got a passenger here with his arms folded. He's, you know, these are going to be really good to paint, because they're moulded in the, well, apart from the seam lines, that sort of thing. There's another chap there, and I know the bus conductor's in here somewhere. Here he is. Right, the other thing I found in here, I don't know if this is from the original kit. It's a little tube of glue, but obviously the glue's probably evaporated, and this is of no use to anybody. Unless somebody out there collects old kits and wants one to add into their kit to say it's in the original kit. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that's gone in the bin. The bus conductor's there with his little machine where he's going to dish the tickets out, and the driver's there. He's unfortunately, he's got a hand there, but on this side he hasn't. He's only got a stump. So you know, I don't know whether or not this is this is post-war. He lost his hand in the war, but I think it's the same figure is in the old build bus as well. But those are the parts. I'm not going to go through them because obviously you can see it's a pile of loose parts. But it's going to be quite an interesting build, I think. I'm looking forward to cracking on with that. So I'm going to make a start, get some parts all cleaned up, get some stages done, and get stuff prepped for paint. So I'll go off and do this. I hope it's interesting to you, and I'll see you on the next video, because I'm going to go away and do some stuff and shoot it and then come back. So have a good day out there, be safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.